Hey guys, this is TheEnder, and I am bringing you set 4 from the BCTV round of 16. Group A is a match between Shuttle and C, and if you've watched the prior 3 videos, you would know that this is actually an anti-spoiler. We've already had a winner determined. So instead, I am bringing you some very classic Brood War. This is going to be, as you can see from the screen, the one and only Terminator Flash versus the Tyrant Jaedong. So this is going to be from the Nate MSL 2009. This is back in the days when they had the super tournaments where they had the players on stage, and this was going to be set 3 from Jaedong versus Flash. So this was, the classic rivalry, the best players. Jaedong, of course, had the top KESPA ranking for, I believe, 9 months in a row. A feat only beaten by one other player, a player by the name of Boxer, who was, the Emperor. But then on the other hand, we have Flash, the highest scoring ELO ranked player of pretty much all time. And of course, if you pay attention to these type of things, you've probably heard of ELO before. It's the ranking system. Something along the lines of ELO is more in the now. If you were to determine a probability based on prior experience of who's going to win a game, that's where you use ELO. Whereas KESPA was more of a long-term type of thing, who had the best performance over time. So yes, this is going to be set 3 from this grand finals, and it is Jaedong versus Flash in that game. So I chose this one because this is a particularly special game. It is the only game that I have ever seen where the result was actually not determined by, one player beating another and having a GG. This game was, like I said, it was actually not determined that way. It was determined by referees, and so essentially, I pretty much wanted to give you guys the opportunity to see this game. It was a great game. It's a classic game, and I want you to decide who you think is winning, you think is going to win, and I'll tell you guys at the end who won and why they won. So alright, so far we have Jaedong going for a 3-hatch opening. I don't think he even went for a pool first, and this is without scouting his opponent. Yes, there is a pool. 3-hatch prior to pool. On the other side, Flash has gone for a 1-Rax wall in, and he's made a single Marine. It's probably a Ling-tight wall, and now he's going for his command center. So this map, you probably haven't seen it before. This is Odd Eye, and I think it's Odd Eye version 1. Odd Eye was a map back in Brood War, and it was one of the cool ones because, as I'm sure you know, in StarCraft 2, it's completely common for a base to have 2 gas. But in Brood War, all the gas geysers have more gas in them than the StarCraft 2 ones. A StarCraft 2 gas geyser will give you 4 gas per trip. All the Brood War ones give you 8, and there's only a single gas in each base. However, in this one map, on a map called Odd Eye, the bottom left and the top right are not symmetrical like they are in normal ones. And so one of the bases actually has a double gas geyser in Brood War. So to put it simply, you don't get like a double gas base in StarCraft 2. We're talking like a quadruple gas base in StarCraft 2 if this were StarCraft 2. This is, it's literally a mineral base that also has double gas. It's just nuts. So alright, Flash has moved out and with SCV and a single Marine, probably because he saw the part where it was, 3-hatch before pool. Doesn't get anything done. Jaedong takes out the SCV, Jaedong takes out the Marine, and he's got his lair going. So alright, we are moving on to the mid-game. As you can see, this is the 3rd set, and it's currently 1-1 in series. Both Jaedong and Flash have taken a game off of the other person. And this is just turning out to be an awesome game. So of course, as I mentioned before, double gas in the bottom left position, that's a really, really important thing. And why is that? You get the gas, you can get more lurkers, you can get more defilers, and hive tech. If you're a Terran, you can take a double gas base. What does that mean? You can mass produce your vessels, and of course science vessels are like the they're just so annoying if you're a Zerg. A vessel can kill pretty much any unit, and while it's dying it does splash damage to any other unit that it comes near. That's only 75 energy. I mean, 75 energy, a nearly guaranteed kill, and splash. That's nuts. So, alright, I should point out what Jaedong has gone for. He went for an Evo Chamber. An Evo Chamber? Can you believe this? An Evo Chamber before his Spire. So that means Jaedong is thinking about the long game. He's already gone for 3 Hatchery 4 Pool. Now he wants extra early upgrades. It's going to be an armor upgrade, of course, because versus the Marines, you're going to have Lings, you're going to have Lurkers, you're going to have Ultralisks. All of them benefit greatly from having armor. Allows them to close with their opponent. But alright, it has been scouted. Flash sees Evo Chamber, Flash sees Aspire. Alright. So, yeah. Oh man, don't you just love the good old days? Their computer monitors were huge. 2 feet thick, but they're in a beautiful studio, and they got entire crowds cheering them on. So, alright. So I mentioned before about the double gas bases. If I'm recalling correctly, there were different versions of Odd-Eye. There was one that was the original Odd-Eye, which was not symmetric, which was one of the things, because, you know, majority of the maps, they're symmetric. They're designed to be fair, so that if the map gets split diagonally or horizontally, whatever it is, there's some way to split the map that it actually works out to be even. But the whole point of Odd-Eye was one of the bases in the corners had the double gas and one had a single gas, so it was, you know, odd. But I know that they did eventually remake it, and when they remade it, they made it with the same. Oh man, so we have a Ling Surround on this first group of Medic Marine. Looks like the Medic Marine are getting taken out. That's a very nice pickoff for Jaedong. Yes, very good. So of course when you reduce the Marine number, you're really hampering their ability to push. It is a big map, so there is a decent amount of time to build up. Alright, and Jaedong's going for a very fast hive. Very nice. And his mutas should be out pretty soon. Flash, on the other hand, has gone for a 4, maybe 5 racks opening. I can't tell because I don't know if he moved the barracks from his front. But he's already got his +1 on his Marines, and he is pushing. So, but like I was saying, alright, so there we see in the bottom left, we have a double gas base. Top right, I'm not sure if that's a double gas base or not. There's been different versions of Odd-Eye, one that had double gas in both, and one that didn't. So once again, whoever can hold a double gas base, that is a major pickup. Alright, Jaedong has his +1 armor already done. And that counteracts the +1 attack on the Marines, except for the mutas. Mutas don't have that armor yet, probably. So yeah. So alright, Flash is scouting around. He's been trying to force Jaedong, back, keep him to stop expanding, spend some more money on military. He's tried to go for top right, he's tried to go for bottom. Looks like Jaedong already took top right. But in the meantime, he was also thinking about going for bottom left, and he hid his drone so that the Marines didn't kill it rather than canceling. Alright, few Lings are lost for Jaedong in a small attack at Flash's base. And it looks like with his first 3 drones at the upper right position, he's going to make Sunkens, because he is worried and he wants to hold that base. Hive on the way. It's a really fast hive. Really nice. On the other hand, Flash is like, alright, I'm going to kill Jaedong's third. No matter what it is, no matter where it is, I am going to kill it. So we have Lings grouping up. We've already got the mutas there. Marines are going across the triple ramp. We've already got 2 Sunkens done, maybe a third. 3 Sunkens done at the upper right position. So Flash tries to engage that. The mutas are going to come in, the Lings are going to come in, and they're going to, lock down that army. So Flash has to be really careful. That being said, it looks like the Lings and the mutas are out of position. They're not anywhere near the base. Okay, Jaedong's gone to intercept his reinforcements, so Flash is going to move in and try and take out the upper right-hand position. Sunken number 1 goes down. Sunken number 2 is taking a lot of damage. And, alright, it's gone. Sunken number 3 is gone. And there's too many Marines for those Lings to engage. Oh, look at that medic wall. Oh, man. You might say it's random, but no. Flash is doing that on purpose and using the medics to block the Lings. However, there are enough Mutalisks, it looks like. It looks like the base will hold, just barely. Very bloody battle. Most of the Lings went down, only reinforcement Lings survived. A couple of the medics are surviving, and the mutas are primarily intact. However, Flash's reinforcements are moving in, and once again, it looks like Jaedong is, he's going to have a hard time holding this. Another creep colony on the way, but it's not done yet. Alright, it looks like, but man, it's the hive. That was such an early hive. Ultralisk Cavern already on the way. Marines managed to focus down 1, maybe 2 mutas, but they will also go down. And the Marines do have 1-1. Double starport from Flash. Oh man, he's going for the mass vessels. This is going to be a problem. Of course, the higher your vessel count goes, the worse it is for Zerg, the more units you can pick up for free. Whoop! Jaedong might be losing a few men here. Oh, all of the Mutalisks go down. And a whole lot of Lings, too. Let's hope it was worth it. But in the meantime, like I said, Ultralisk Cavern is down. And Jaedong is taking the bottom left position, in addition to the top right. This is, oh man, look at that. 8 racks from Flash. Double vessel production. Double upgrades from Flash. This is, the whole... So there are several different styles. Oh man, look at Jaedong's upgrades. Jaedong actually has better upgrades than the Terran. He's got 2 armor, 1 attack on his Lings. And the Marines are only at 1-1. You almost never see this. The Terran always has a higher upgrade than the Lings. But Jaedong's gone for such an economic opening, and he rushed those upgrades, because he got that, the Evo Chamber before he got the Spire, and so his upgrades are great. If he can get that chitinous plating on the Ultralisk and get them up to 4 armor, and the Marines only have 1 attack, that is going to be really, really, really nice. They're going to be taking practically no damage from the Marines. But at the same time, Flash is going for a style that's incredibly hard to pull off. Mass Medic Marine with Vessel support. And of course, Vessels do cast irradiates, they're very good. Marines have high damage output. But against Ultralisks, with all that armor and the upgrades, Ultralisks are not going to be taking too much damage from Marines. Plus the whole part where they have high tech, there's going to be Defilers mixed in. That could be Plague on the Marines, there could be Dark Swarms. Flash is really going to have to get a whole lot done with those vessels to make his armies work out. But man, look at those Marines. They canceled the bottom left base incredibly quickly. He doesn't want to rebuild, so he's actually taking out the larva. What a jerk. Man. Alright, but here we are. We see the Ultras, and they have 4-1. That is 4 armor, 1 attack upgrades. Add that 4 armor upgrade to the 1 base armor that Ultras have. They have 5 armor. Marines only have 6 damage plus 1. That gives them 7 damage, so they will do 2 damage per shot on the Ultralisks. 2 damage per shot. Yes, 2 damage. Ultralisk have 400 health. That means 200 hits, assuming the Ultralisk does not regen before it goes down. That's a sizable upgrade advantage for Jaedong. But look at all the Marines. There's 50 Marines there. That's holy crap. And add that to the vessels with the irradiates. I mean, we haven't seen any irradiates go down. So that probably means he's got about 6 irradiates by now. Oh, and a vessel is sniped by Jaedong. But man, look at that scary army of Marines. I would just love to see some Defilers casting a Plague here. I would yell Plague-oo really, really, really loud. Alright, we have a second vessel going down. That's a very nice snipe from Jaedong. But 2-2 does finish for the Marines. So now rather than doing 2 damage per shot, they will do 3 damage. Meaning it will only take 134 shots to take down an Ultralisk. And you say that's a lot, but well, if you throw down an Irradiate, which does 300 damage, you don't have to do anywhere near as many. But that's so many Marines! Holy shit! Alright, we got Ultralisks in position, but man, and the other part is and there's the Irradiates! Oh no, you gotta move your Ultralisks. Alright, so here's some Ultralisks coming in from behind, and they're gonna pick off some of the Marines. But the problem is that there's just so many Marines, and since Ultralisks are melee units, only a couple of them are going to be able to attack at a time, especially with those medic blocks. You see the medics keeping the Ultralisks from getting to the Marines. There's just no way Jaedong can engage this. Even though he has this huge tech advantage, he's losing his base. Oh no. Alright, with the loss of that base, Jaedong is down to 2 bases compared to Flash's 1. Oh, and that's a beautiful block. Jaedong goes for the counter. Somehow Flash knew it was going to happen. He lands his factory to block it off, making it a tight wall. Lings can't get in. Oh, that's so sick. Alright, so Flash finds another hatchery from Jaedong. It's unguarded, no drones. And it looks like Flash is going to pick that that off as well. But in doing so, it looks like he's left his Marines a little bit more open. The Ultralisks are getting more surface area. Looks like they've actually got a surround. And with the Ling support, those Ultralisks are cleaning up that entire Marine ball. Oh, man. All that's left is the medics, and those are going to go down pretty soon. So, of course, when going for this style, going for the Ultra Ling, it's a very good style, and of course they benefit greatly from the upgrades, but Ultralisks really are just the tanks. They're not actually meant to be the damage dealers. If you do the math on it, because of Lings, they have slightly better attack rate than the Ultralisks, but they just outdamage them so much with the crack upgrades. So once again, the idea is for the Ultralisks to take the shots and the Zerglings to do the damage. And of course, the Marines will naturally target the Ultralisks because, if they target a Ling, the Ling will be dead pretty soon, and then they'll target the next thing, and they'll keep on changing their target as it dies until they get locked down on Ultralisks, which take forever to kill. So, Jaedong is down to 2 bases. He's got another one up, but not mining. He's trying to establish the bottom left position. Flash is moving out with a massive medic Marine ball again, which once, the prior time it did a ton of damage. Took out the top right, even though there was Ultralisks defending it. But, now we have a Nidus. With that Nidus down, that means a lot more reinforcements and a whole lot faster. Plus, Jaedong now has Defiler tech out. Don't know if he has Consume yet. Alright, and his army's in position. He's going for the double gas base. And, oh no, Irradiate's going down on 3 of the Ultralisks. You need to move them. Oh, 4 of the Ultralisks. Oh, man. So Jaedong does do the right thing here, and he splits his Ultralisks up. You say, why does he do that? Because Irradiate does splash damage to nearby units. If the Ultras stand next to each other, they'll actually do damage to each other, in addition to the Zerglings, just from standing by. Alright. So we see a Defiler out. What? Where are they going? No, the army's to the left. Go to the left, go to the left. Alright, Jaedong sees the army with his Scourge. He's going to move his men back. Ultra is still dying. But alright, there we go. Defiler. What does a Defiler do? Dark Swarm. Double Dark Swarm. Very, very nice. Those Dark Swarms are providing really nice surface area. Triple. Oh, quads. Oh, quad Dark Swarm. Once again, Dark Swarm will keep any ranged non-splash damage from hitting. It causes you to miss. So if the Ultralisks are standing under the Dark Swarm, I'm not sure if that one on the right side is under it. No, it's just barely not. But that one to the upper left, it's taking 0 damage from the Marines since they are not splash units. Uh-oh. Defiler from the back, and they're coming in. We got more troops. Now, you might not notice this, but Flash is doing just an incredible job of microing his Marines back so that they're avoiding the Dark Swarms. Even if he's only moving them a little bit at a time, it's incredibly hard to do all that control. Oh, but even more Dark Swarms. But once again, the Marines are getting microed back. The medics are still in the front, forming a wall so that the Marines are not taking damage. And this is Brood War. The pathing is terrible. Those Ultras will bug out rather than attacking the medics. And then, of course, we see the vessels being incredibly annoying and sniping off all the Defilers with their Irradiates. In the meantime, Flash has managed to establish his 3rd base. He's floating his command center. He's already running his SCVs over to it. And it looks like this army is finally getting pushed back. But no, reinforcements from his base, because, he's been building for the last 2 minutes. So, man, Jaedong has taken the bottom left base. He's trying to get his double gas up, but he's been attacked non-stop for literally the last 5 minutes. Now, here's another funny thing. Ultralisks with Irradiate, they will actually do that Irradiate damage to the Marines, since Marines are bio. So it's kind of funny. The Ultralisks are dying due to the Irradiate, but they are doing extra damage to the Marines because of that. But once again, the medics are in such annoying numbers that literally the medics are just walling the Ultralisks out and keeping them from being able to engage the Marines. We do see the gas geysers have gone down. Whoop! What happened? So, alright, here we have it. So, that was actually the entirety of the game. You may or may not know this, but this was in South Korea. The power went out. There's too much epicness in that stadium, because yes, that's where the finals were being held, in that stadium. So, power went out. There was no, saved game that they could play. This was Brood War. They did not have resume from replay. There was no backup generator. That game ended right there. So, based on that, and that alone, the part that you've seen, who do you think won the game? And I'm saying who do you think won because I learned about 5 minutes after watching this that the referees decided we are not going to re-game. The game was played. It's sad that the power went out, but based on the current position of the players in that game, they awarded a winner. And the winner is ... Alright, this is the part where you pause the video, think of who you think won that game based on everything you saw. Okay, I'm about to say what she's saying. So I hope you've decided by now. So, the judges determined that, the winner was Jaedong. So at the time when the power went out, Jaedong had 4 bases. He had his main, his natural, he had the base slightly to the north of his main, and he actually had secured the bottom left position. His Nidus was still up, he had 3 Sunkens defending it, he had probes on the gas. It was determined that Jaedong won. You can disagree with it, you can agree with it, but that's what happened, that's what the judges decided. Jaedong goes up 2-1 in this series against Flash. And once again, this was really in 2009, so 5 years ago. Jaedong since then moved on to StarCraft 2, as has Flash, and the game is history. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys with another anti-spoiler in Set 5, and it's not going to be as good as this one, of course, but I'll see you then. This is TheEnder, signing off.